Well, and I guess one of the things you are, because everybody, anytime this comes up, everybody then links it to illegal mining.
Yeah.
Galamsey. So they said they were there, they were on their way to an event that has to do with illegal mining before this happened. So for you, when this comes up, do you get the same feeling? Do you go back to the questions about how well have we done? How have we honored their memory?
Sana, I have my personal views on, illegal mining. I have my personal views on it because me as an individual, I have not done anything to encourage people or persons to be in Galamsey.
Okay.
When should you go to my region, Western North? We are a region endowed with natural resources, specifically gold and all that.
Okay.
When you ask people, even if you want to do mining, my first answer to you is that I don't want to get involved in anything what mining. No, I don't.
Okay.
So all persons who have been following me, my friends or my guys and all that, if you have a discussion about mining, I'm not the right person to do what to come to. So they have come to terms with that. If you want to talk mining, Jerome is not the best person to talk to. So I have my personal views, and if I begin to express my personal views, maybe I might end up stepping on toes or hurting a lot of people. You get it too. But if we think collectively as a country, this is the path we want to chart, so be it. But I think that, as a reasonable person, and the most unfortunate aspect is that, Sana, I had the opportunity to be born in a village.
Okay.
I say so because when you come to the villages are well organized, very well organized, from neatness, from, doing things orderly. And we were doing things even methodically that we didn't even know. But we lived it as a culture. We lived it as a way of life. Okay, until certain definitions were being put to it. But that was our way of life. We will have us going to the stream, the river bodies and all that. We go, we do our washing. That virtually that is it. We were drinking well. All right? We were drinking well. And all that. And we didn't feel sick. We didn't feel sick. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing. We were okay. You can go to your backyard. Whatever food stuff you want to get, you could see the what do you call it? The town properly being planned. You could stand at one point and you could see the other end. You could see our forest and all that. Sometimes you will see this livestock. Coming up, all these things. That was our way of life. But quite unfortunately, for the want of money, we've had people invade our forest. We've had people destroy our water bodies. We've had people degrade our lands. And almost everything that's ensured we had a good life way back in the village, they are all gone. They are all gone. So today, you go to a village, somebody gives birth to a newborn baby who has no mouth, who has no ear, who has no eye, who has nothing. Meanwhile, it is not the fault of that person, but a certain rich, a certain literate who is engaged in that. And I have always been saying, Sana, you see, sometimes when you find people, bedeviled with certain ailments, they don't know the reason. They say, we live good, we do this. Have you asked yourself the kind of trade you ply? All right? Where you are getting your money from? The kind of adverse effect it is having on people. and you want to be spared. And you want to be spared. How? You think God is you? You have left people to be in a devastating situation where they don't even have the financial wherewithal to even care for themselves. Yeah. And after getting money from those places, you live a bourgeoisie life. You live in the cantonment, the Trasacos, the Adreganos, the East Legons, and what have you. And that is where your source of money is coming from. And you think that you go for medical checkup in America, you come back. You think you come back? There was this video that I watched. There was this guy, somebody put out, I said, this one, go come back or you deaf. You deaf. And sometimes the most unfortunate aspect is that you even visit upon your kids who may be innocent, but because of what you are doing, the punishment transcends to what? To your people as well. Gets to your people as well. So as politicians, as people of influence, sometimes let us be reasonable. Let us be reasonable. Yes, money is good though. For me, everyone that knows me, I chase money. I look for money. It is not wrong. It has never been a wrong thing because even the Bible mentions money. But we have acceptable means of what? Looking for what? Money. Because if we are of the proposition that money is how you come by it, then there's no need for us having the police stations and all that. Because if somebody pulls a gun and robs somebody, the person has gotten money. So why do you have to jail those people? Why? Why do you have to jail those people? And I have been sounding warning to people who are into illegal mining. I'm concerned because if you are an NDC member like myself and you are into it, learn from Wontumi. Learn from Wontumi's case. Because this is the first time we have triggered the Minerals and Mining Act. And based on that, we've jailed someone. So now you should be very careful.
It could be you.
You should be extremely careful. Extremely careful. From DCs, MCs, what have you, supervising over some of this acts and what have you. Now you are all susceptible to what? Being charged under that. And this is public record. So we need to be extremely careful. Left to me alone, whichever point you've gotten to, I beg, you either regularize it, make it legal, or stop. You can engage in other things. People are going to China, people are going to other places, engage in import and what have you. People are into oil, you get it, and other stuff. Somebody said before no human they work. When we didn't have exploration of gold and all that, doing it giddy, we were living as people. Yeah.
We had the thriving economy and everything.
We were living as people. So good. So okay. So what is the point? What is the point?
Well, and I guess it's one of the things that even you in the cocoa sector are having to deal with.
Yeah.
Because there's a competition for land now.
Let me be honest with you. If we are not careful, when you come to regions like Western North, the Ahafo, the Bono, the Western region, and even Eastern, I'm talking about regions that we had our mainstay of our local economy thriving on cocoa.
Okay.
Now, it's been taken over not by legal mining, but illegal what? Right. Illegal mining. What happens is that cost of living in these places becomes what? Expensive.
Okay.
And the moment it becomes expensive, it is irreversible. You can't reverse it.
Okay.
So it becomes permanent, forward ever, backwards never. Now, your lands are gone. You've lost your cocoa and everything. So if after degrading the land, if the miner leaves and your lands are gone, it means you have no other source of what? Livelihood. What becomes of these people? They become more vulnerable. They become more destitute. They become, kind of nuisance, as it were, to the country at large. And that has been something that I ponder over almost every day.
Okay.
That some decade to come, these are people who are going to be plunged into the
Extreme
poverty
poverty, yeah.
bracket. And our view of making sure that we decentralize, we make sure that at least this rural urban migration, we are able to curb it and all that, we wouldn't be able to, because there might be no opportunity left in these areas for people to do it, to take advantage of. There might be no opportunity there.
So one of the things that perhaps you think people should be thinking about is the long term, not the short term benefits from
Life has always not been short term. Where? Because I'm a Christian and I know somebody who is also a Muslim. Should you read our Bible or our Quran from the beginning to the end, it tells you how you should plan. And planning is not related to what happens today. Because today we have control over. But tomorrow, the myth characterizing the next day, the next minute, the next moment, which you are oblivious about, that is what you should plan towards. That is what you should plan towards. So sometimes, I sometimes get very sad as a young guy. Extremely sad as a young guy. I do. And that's why I said, we go and make money. We impoverish the lives of these people. Then we ride in the range. We ride in the Escalade. We ride in the Land Cruisers. We do this. Even if you drive on an asphaltic road, God will kill you. God still will have a way of killing you.
I see. Okay, so now let's come back to your bill.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see you this morning. First, before what you're doing now, the bill you're working on, which laws have you relied on, Cocobod, to regulate the cocoa industry?
So, Senna, thank you. I think that it is important. I mean, this question is extremely important because the sector is not governed by one law.
Okay.
It is not governed by one law. And it is one of the reasons why we decided to have a comprehensive bill.
Okay.
Aside the parent law, which is PNDC Law 81, which established Ghana Cocoa Board in 1984, which actually repealed the ordinance establishing Cocoa Marketing Board in 1947. We've had other scattered laws. We've had other scattered laws. Like when you go to the UK, they have unwritten laws. I mean, it's scattered all over. We had a scattered laws regulating the activities of the industry. So we even have the AFRC decree of 47, which is the plant protection. We also had the Cocoa Board amended Act 2020. We also have the NLCD 265. We had the NLCD. I mean, a whole lot of laws. So sometimes
all these laws apply to the industry, the cocoa sector.
All these laws apply to the cocoa sector. All right, all these laws apply to the cocoa sector. So sometimes it becomes very difficult under which law you are coming to do to deal with a particular situation. All right, to do. So then it has become apparent that we consolidate all these laws by having a comprehensive law which will be able to deal with whatever situation Another reason why we felt this law is important is that from 1947, the industry has evolved. A lot of things have come up.
Okay.
Quite unfortunately, none of our laws are able to deal or anticipate some of these things coming up.
Okay.
Okay, so no matter how hard you try amending, repealing some insertions and what have you, it has become important that we get a completely new law which will address some of these important issues that have come up. What are some of these issues? Now we are dealing with traceability, we are dealing with the environmental situation, we are dealing with sustainability, we are dealing with, the digital space and everything. Okay, so it has become important that we promulgate or have entirely new law to dealing with some of these things. And then the last point, which I find very important, has to do with minimizing the political control in the sector. I say so because the cocoa farmer has always left on the mercies of what the politician says.
Okay.
So if you could remember, 2024, myself, coming from me, I didn't know whilst I was campaigning, I didn't even know I will end up at Cocobod because I was very instrumental about cocoa because I come from cocoa growing area. I was born to a cocoa farmer. Cocoa farming family and what have you. So we were very particular about the happenings in the industry. Because whatever that happens, it will have a direct consequence on us. Because that has been our mainstay. Okay. So we had the various, flag bearers, campaign, say all manner of things. His Excellency, the former Vice President, made a lot of promises in relation to cocoa. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama also said same. And I can remember vividly some of the things said by President Mahama in terms of assuring 70% of the FOB and also establishing the pension scheme and also granting scholarship scheme for the kids or the wards of cocoa farmers and all that. All these things were said. And I think these were very rhythmic in the minds and ears of the cocoa farmer, which contributed largely to the success of the NDC, most especially in the cocoa growing areas.
The promises that were made.
Yeah, the promises that were made. Because, Sana, these are promises which will wow you, which would, give you the impetus to wanting to go and cast your vote for one political party. So it is normal that is culminated into the kind of votes that, the NDC got in the cocoa growing areas. Now, beyond the presidency of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, after he's been able to do all these things, what next? Must we go back to the situation whereby a politician will have to dictate in relation to your price and all that? Then it is important for us to have a legislation that beyond somebody's presidency, irrespective of the party that forms government, irrespective of the fine person who sits in the seat as president, the person is guided by law to making sure that certain things are done for the cocoa farmer, irrespective. So all this put together encouraged us to do it, to have this fine law that Parliament has passed, waiting for the beautiful assent of the president. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of this law? We have explained even the purpose, but just for education's sake. The purpose is to mandate Cocobod to regulate and oversee all activities in the sector. And when we are talking about the activities in the sector, we are talking about production, we are talking about, internal marketing, we are talking about exporting of the commodity, i.e. the beans. We are talking about value addition. ensuring sustainability and all that. So all these are activities that happens in what? In the sector. So Cocobod is mandated by law per this new bill to oversee all these. Now, it is important to discuss the containment in the bill
Okay.
as to if it is going to be of importance to the cocoa farmer or not. But for me, reading the bill from, if passed into law, from section 1 to the 119th provision,
Okay.
I can conclude by saying that it is to ensure the interest or safeguard the interest of what? The cocoa farmer.
Okay.
I say so on a number of reasons. Reason number one, this law is specifying how we should generate funds
Okay.
for the operations of what? Of Cocobod.
Okay. So you address the question of cocoa, the financing you get.
Yes. So since the inception of Cocobod,
Okay.
right from cocoa marketing in 1947 till today, we've not had any law clearly specifying how Cocobod should be what? Funded, particularly in relation to the pitches of what? The cocoa beans.
Okay.
So when Cocobod started, it had to be government as usual that comes in, dole out money for the pitches of what? Cocoa.
Okay.
It got to a point that we had built some financial buoyancy. So we could rely on that and then get monies from elsewhere. And that is why we entered into the syndication.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the syndication, one important requirement is that you are willing to collateralize your what? Cocoa bean.
Okay.
Okay. To establish the contract that you need to get in the money.
Okay.
This was a disadvantage to us because we do not have total control over the beans because you need money.
Okay.
It came with its positives as well as negatives.
Okay.
One of the positives were that we have money available because even if I go for a loan from the bank, the moment the bank advances the loan to me, it becomes my money.
Okay.
So I have control over it as to what to do with it. So it gave us some security in terms of what? Money. So we could give portions of it to the license buying companies for the onward purchase and payment of what? Cocoa.
Okay.
The disadvantage was that because this money was contracted in foreign denomination or currency, it had a toll on our finances because it is highly determined on the strength of our currency.
Okay.
So if we have a depreciation in our currency, then it will affect the amount we need to pay to our what? To our creditors.
Okay.
In this case, the banks.
Okay.
So both the principal as well as the interest on it. So it had a toll on our finances.
You need to raise the foreign currency to be able to pay back.
So you see the kind of pressure that it will bring. So when we get this money, it brings relief even to the economy.
Okay.
But when Cocobod is to pay the interest,
It becomes something else.
it becomes difficulty on Cocobod. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is also there.
Okay.
So aside that, we fell short from that. Now, what we are practicing even today is the buyer funding model.
Okay.
And we realized the difficulty it came with from last season when we had a crash in prices on the international market.
Explain that. What is the buyer fund?
So the buyer funding model is whereby now the off-taker or the buyer of your cocoa bean is the one who pre-finances your cocoa.
Okay.
So the person says that, okay, now you don't have any money.
Okay.
You've signed a contract with me. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to advance you maybe 60% of the contract sum.
Okay.
So that you use to facilitate the purchase and the shipment of the cocoa bean to me. Upon receipt of the consignment, then I advance you or I pay the remaining.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
So what that means is that that person has total control.
True. Yes. Yeah.
And can dictate the pace
Okay.
for you. So it also came with a difficulty last year. So you could hear, we being in financial difficulties and all that. So this bill seeks to address this challenge. So now we are mandated to raise funds internally.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of cash in here. Okay.
To raise the funds within Ghana.
Within Ghana.
Okay.
In Ghana cedis.
Okay.
So even if somebody is in US, an investor or whatever, any part of this this world, and you even want to invest in us, you would denominate in Ghana cedis.
And then you pay the person back in Ghana cedis, whatever he does with it.
Of course.
Okay.
You get it.
Okay.
That is it. But the advantage aspect is that we are going to make sale of the cocoa beans
in dollars.
Okay. In dollars. And interestingly, this beautiful idea was conceived by 3 people. His Excellency the President, the Finance Minister, as well as the Chief Executive of Cocobod.
Okay. So this is something that the President was part of.
The President has been part.
Okay.
The President. Historically, how many times have you heard that we've had emergency cabinet session? Have you heard?
That's rare.
Of course. But when it came to the issues of cocoa, we had emergency cabinet session. The president has to obey and even sometimes cancel his appointment elsewhere to making sure that decisions are made to deal with the issues of Cocobod. Okay. This is how concerned the president has been since day one. This is how concerned and committed he has been to the cocoa sector. All right. So we now have this beautiful idea there.
Okay.
And thankfully, the Ministry of Finance, the Chief Executive of Cocobod, as well as Bank of Ghana, we are almost through.
Okay.
With all the modalities in raising what? In raising the funds. Okay. And a lot of financial institutions have expressed interest and all that. So we are now assured of a dedicated source of fund for the purchase of for the cocoa bean. So we are not going to hear going forward that somebody says that, oh, my cocoa bean has been bought, it hasn't been paid for, and all that. All these lyrics wouldn't be will not be heard again.
But would the funding model be in the law?
Yeah, so is the regulations.
Okay.
All right. In the regulation. It will be in there.
That you raise money within Ghana.
Internally.
Because I'm asking this because, like you said, President Mahama will not be in power for long.
Yeah.
You don't even know even if somebody from your party takes over.
Yeah.
That person, you don't know what the person's thinking is.
Obviously.
Are you saying there's no loophole in that law that allows the person to say, I prefer the syndication? Let's go back to the syndication.
No, so when we talk about the syndication, the syndication is just a consortium of banks.
Okay.
All right. That through the contract you've established with buyers, you present same for monies to be to be advanced or loaned to to you. All right. For monies to be loaned to you. Now, what we are doing here through raising bonds or commercial notes and what have you, it is a way. These are all debt instruments anyway.
Okay.
But the difference has to be with the maturity period.
Okay.
So if you are talking about commercial notes, if you are talking about bonds and all that, one has shorter duration.
Okay.
So bonds usually have longer duration, 5 years and over and all that. And commercial note papers and what have you, treasury bills, they have shorter time.
Okay.
All right. Like 180 days, 270 days, and what have you. This will help. And in a way, because we are starting the season now, as explained yesterday by the chief executive, you have to make sale of the cocoa beans through contract to be able to do what? To raise money to do that. But the long and short of it is that we have a dedicated source of what?
Funding. Okay.
Means of raising.
Okay.
Now, the other important thing had to do with what? The pricing of the cocoa bean.
Yeah.
And that is where the difficulty of the cocoa farmer lied. At every point in time, a certain government says I will give 500%. Some says I will give 200%.
Okay.
Some says I will give 10%. So always, on the whims of a political party, the farmer survives.
Okay.
But that shouldn't be what? The case. So what we have now put in the law is that at all times, the farmer should be assured or guaranteed of 70% of the FOB, the realized FOB, 70% of it.
Okay.
So you are guided that irrespective of the prevailing circumstances in the market, you need to give 70% to the cocoa farmer.
Okay.
Now, when the chief executive speaks, he talks about realized FOB and all that. So people don't understand. Let me just explain this. The trading or sale of cocoa is not same as going to the market to buy tomato.
Okay.
That you get there, they say, oh, it is 10 cedis per bucket. So you give the 10 cedis and then you do what? You take your commodity away.
Yes.
No. Every day, every week, every month, we have prices of the commodity being shown. So if today you log on and then you want to see or know the price of the cocoa commodity, it will appear maybe $5,000 per ton. The next 2 hours, the next 24 hours, you might go back and check. You will see difference in what? In the prices again.
Okay.
So whether it is still at 5,000, 4,000, or even maybe 6,000, all this period, you are making sale of what? Your cocoa beans. You get it?
Yeah.
All this period, you are making sale of what? Your cocoa bean. So, cocoa cannot be treated as maybe what we have in the energy sector,
Okay.
where every 2 weeks you have a review of what? Of the price.
Okay.
Where every 2 weeks? No. Because if we should do that in the cocoa industry, there might be chaos. So we have to ensure some predictability, whereby the cocoa farmer will be able to determine that maybe the next 3 months or the next 5 months, this is how much I am what? Guaranteed, based on what? The 70% that I am given.
Okay.
So if, for instance, it is for a 5-month period that the review will come,
Okay.
all these 5 months, sales have been what? Have been made.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the prices that the sale was made wouldn't be what? The same.
Okay.
So if it not be the same, then we aggregate all these prices that we what? We make sale of the cocoa. Then the realized FOB, we give 70% to what? To the cocoa farmer.
Okay. So you take account of the fluctuations in prices.
Yes.
Do an aggregation.
Yes.
And then give the farmer
the 70% of
Okay. Okay.
All right. Because all this period, we've made sale of what? Cocoa bean.
Okay. So
There
you will
may
not
be
have
times, there may be times we might sell it low. There might be times the price will go higher.
Okay.
There might be times the price will even go highest.
Okay.
So you aggregate all this
And give the farmer
and then
70%.
you give the farmer 70% out of it. The interesting part here, that in fact the president today ordered to be done. Previously, how the determination was done was that we are like 6 persons here in the studio. We form a committee by name PPLC, Producer Price Review Committee.
Okay.
So we sit down and we say that, okay, per our estimation, all right, or the projections that we have made, we are getting 60,000 tons of cocoa this year.
Okay.
The exchange rate is maybe 10
Okay.
Ghana cedis. This is how much we are realizing. We are realizing maybe 6 billion. Out of the 6 billion revenue that we are getting, yesterday, the farmer, we gave them 1 billion. So we've taken the 1 billion out of the what? 6 billion.
Okay.
Remaining 5 billion.
Yes.
Last 2 days, this farmer was so stubborn. We are taking 1 billion from the money. Remaining what? 4 billion.
Okay.
These people, the other time, we gave them pure water. It costed us 1 billion. We've taken it out. So meaning that the 6 billion revenue that we have realized, we have taken about 3 billion out, being certain expenditures we have incurred. So remaining what? 3 billion. That 3 billion, we see it to be what? 100%. So now, based on that 3 billion, that is where we are going to do what? Give a percentage to who? To the cocoa farmer.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
So after the deduction of some expenditure,
Okay.
the remaining is what we are giving a percentage to the cocoa farmer.
I
That
see.
take. So maybe out of the 3 billion, we say, oh, even
need cocoa roads.
we give them 50%. So the 50%, what it means is that it is 1.5 that is going to them.
Okay.
Then remaining another 1.5. So that one also comes to what? Comes to the operational activities of what? Of Cocobod.
Okay.
So this means that in effect, the farmer did not even get 50%
Oh. Okay.
of the 6 billion revenue that you got.
Okay. Majority of it went to Cocobod.
And certain expenditure. And what have you? you
Yes,
see how it
I
is?
understand.
See how it is. So now, what the president has ordered that people don't know is that when you realize 6 billion, like before, out of that 6 billion, come and give 70% to the cocoa farmer.
70% of that 6 billion.
Of that 6 billion,
You will not deduct your costs and everything.
nothing.
So after you've given the 70% to the cocoa farm, what is left?
Then what is left?
You
the
manage.
30% that is left, that is where if you have any expenditure, go and take it.
Why would that be adequate?
The president is concerned about the farmer, not you.
But must there not be a balance between the farmer and the person?
Without the
who is-
farmer, what is the relevance of the cocoa board building there? And what will be the workers doing there? What would they be doing there?
So the focus is the farmer this time around.
That has always been his focus.
Okay.
That has always been his focus. And he has additionally told us that even out of your 30%, and the 30%, it doesn't come to cocoa board. 10% of it goes to what? The LBCs and the hauliers. 10% goes to them. So now remaining 20%. So the 20%, the president now again orders you that your 20% out of it, use some to purchase agrochemicals for the cocoa farmer for free.
Well, that was one of the questions I was coming to.
Yeah, he tells you.
Cocobod heavily funds production.
Yes. So he tells you that do that.
If Cocobod heavily funds production, why is it that you don't take into consideration the cost of that funding before coming to determine a price for the cocoa farmer? Because Cocobod itself is involved in the work that the cocoa farmer will ultimately does.
Yeah.
So why would that not be part of it? That you take that cost also
They
out?
should tell you the nature of the president we have, who is overly concerned about the welfare of the cocoa farmer. And I'll tell you, this is not all of his orders. No.
And that's all.
Oh, I can say
There's not 20%. You still have to give away more.
Of course. You get it. So this is to clearly epitomize how sensitive and concerned the president is by way of guaranteeing the welfare of what? Of the cocoa farmer.
Okay.
In respect of that. Now, beyond this, he also discussed with us, and it is in the law, the establishment of the stabilization what? Fund.
Stabilization fund.
Yes, stabilization fund.
What is a stabilization fund?
Yes. So the name even implies stability.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Stability. So you are trading a commodity which prices fluctuate in the international market.
Yes.
All right. Not all seasons you're going to get a surge in the price.
Okay.
There may be seasons whereby you have the price plummeting or coming down. When the price is good, through the establishment of the stabilization fund, you make some savings there.
Okay.
Okay. And the intent of the establishment of that fund is that when the prices dip, you go into the fund, you take some of the money, and not to boost you the cocoa water, but making sure that you stabilize the price of what? The cocoa farmer. To stabilize the price of the cocoa farmer, so that the impact, the adverse impact that would have been felt by the cocoa farmer wouldn't be felt that much.
So when there's a heavy drop in price, the stabilization fund is supposed to fill in the gap, ensure that the cocoa farmer does not feel the full force of that fall in price. Okay.
That is also law. Now
it's in the law.
Yes, it is in the law.
I see.
It is in the law. It is in the law. Now,
so you take part of the 20%, put in that stabilization fund.
Put
I see. What else are you losing?
So your funds that you generate, you put some there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You put some there. Now, another thing this law seeks to establish is the educational trust scheme.
Okay.
Educational trust scheme.
Are those the cocoa scholarships?
So yes. So now it is not a policy anymore. It is what? Law.
Okay.
Because it is in there. What this seeks to do, and again, this is where the president's orders comes in again.
Okay.
That you've established the educational trust scheme. You put funds in there, and the object of it is to fund the education of the cocoa farmers' world. All right? The cocoa farmers' world.
Okay.
Or child who is in what? Who is in tertiary. So all those people who will be privileged or who will be selected based on the criteria laid down. Okay. Those people will be what? Funded. The education will be funded in the tertiary level. The elated thing about this is that it also captures students in the agric colleges. Okay. Quite unfortunately, the free stress that we are experiencing in the tertiary institution are not covering people in the agric colleges. Okay. Right? Okay. In the agric colleges. I see. So when you go to Kwadaso Agric, when you go to Bunsu Cocoa College, which belongs to Cocobod and all that. So these are 2-year people. Like, I mean, they spend like 2 years. So they do diploma. Yeah, they do diploma. Okay. So now, the bill seeks to cover these people as well. Okay. So for them, from the first year of their education, they are not going to pay anything. Okay. Unlike those who will be going to the mainstream tertiary institution, where the first year, government has absorbed it through the no stress-free policy. Government has absorbed it. So beyond their first year, if you have been selected, Cocobod what steps in. Okay. And another fascinating thing is that some stipends even will be given.
Okay.
Some stipends will be given to ensure that at least they have something to live live on.
Okay.
That's something to live on.
Okay.
So the promise made by the president, he is not only fulfilling it, but he is what? Entrenching it.
Okay.
By way of making sure that the farmer benefits and not spend money in the education of what? Their war.
Okay.
So that is also what?
That's
That is
another
also-
one.
So that one too will be taken from whatever funds you, Cocobod, you do.
I'm guessing some of that money to go into debt because you have a debt problem too.
Yeah. And the debt issues that we have, we've established the sinking fund. And the sinking fund, the object of it is that also monies will be deposited in there. Whatever debt we owe, after being verified or authenticated by the Minister of Finance, the Controller, the Bank of Ghana, we make payments.
Okay.
Because when you pay your debts as an organization, it reposes confidence.
Yeah.
It brings back investor confidence
yes.
and all that. So we are also particular about that. Now, another important thing is value addition.
Okay.
Because
This was
previously,
very important to the president.
yes,
Okay.
they said it. That is why he even said on international platforms that, hey, 50% of our total production wouldn't come.
Okay.
We're going to keep it
Okay.
and add value what?
To it.
To it. Previously, how could you have said this? Because you are going to these people for what? For money. So how could you have said this? You couldn't. All right? You couldn't have said that. Because then every month, I come to you to borrow money to feed. Huh? How do I then tell you that don't send my child? If you are calling my child to send my child, would I have the balls to tell you that don't call my son? Because if I say that, my source of what? Money will be what? Will be cut.
Okay.
But if I have my own money and I don't come to you, if you call my son to send, I'll ask my dad, where is he sending you to? Oh, he says I should go to Kuma. Don't go. You are risking your life. Stay.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
So now, because we are able to raise money financially by ourselves, we are not under obligation to collateralize 80%,
Yeah.
90%, 70% of our cocoa beans. So we have control and determine of what quantity or quantum we are what? Exporting.
Okay.
So now we export 50%. We leave the 50% here. So when that conversation came about, the first directive by the president was that go have a tripartite meeting, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Trade, Cocobod,
Okay.
and then meet with the processors
Okay.
to ascertain if they have the capacity to do what?
To process what
To
you're giving them.
process whatever quantum they will be given.
Okay.
So we did that work at the Ministry of Trade and Industry. And the report was that they are ever ready and have the capacity to do what? To process. So the president says, good. It now becomes what? A law. It has to be a law. The reason being that this will ensure the creation of what? Decent employment.
Okay.
Because till now, the local processors are not having the beans available to even process. So some even have to engage in the importation of what? Beans.
Oh, raw beans.
Yeah.
You have to import from other places.
Yeah.
Even though the country has enough to give you some.
We have been exporting it.
Okay.
Yeah, they see our work. So how then do they get it? You get it? So now, when they have the beans available, they are able to operationalize their company. They are able to expand.
Okay.
They are able to employ additional people. Interestingly, people who are also interested can come and set up what? Processing companies, because they know that, should I come to Ghana to establish, I wouldn't have difficulty assessing what? Beans. I'll get it, because there is a law that mandates Cocobod to keep 50% and give to what? The local buying company, local processing companies. So the availability of beans is assured always. So they get it. They establish what? Their company, and they also employ. Ghanaians are getting employment. Additionally, government rakes in what? Revenue. Because the more people are being employed, people are paid salary, and they will also contribute through what? Income tax. Again, government can get what? Additional revenue through what? Corporate tax.
Yeah.
So government also gets what? Its share in terms of raking in what? Revenue. So this whole value addition, this is the idea of the president. And now today, it's been legislated, which has become binding and as part of our laws.
Yeah.
You also spoke about the pension scheme.
Okay. I thought they already have a pension. Are you just putting it in the law?
Oh, no.
It's not working.
Apart from, it's not working. There's no cocoa farmer who says that he's on any pension.
We announced this. It was announced.
We even made contribution in the first term administration of President Mahama. That became a contentious debate between Lawyer Sami Jemfi and Miracles.
Okay.
Way back in, I think some 3 years ago. And it was confirmed that we left not less than 25 million Ghana cedis or so for the implementation of it.
Of the pension fund scheme.
All right.
Okay.
So now that it is in the law, okay, modalities will be drawn. So in the regulations, we will do it. You have the modalities in there, and then we know how the contribution will go. Okay. So that at least the farmer, upon retiring, will also know that I have something to do with, to live on.
Let me ask a question on that, because you know how pension funds work. Pension funds usually some part of the donation comes from the worker.
Yeah.
Are farmers ready to put money there?
Yeah. So it is. We have the framework there.
Okay.
Since it is something good, I'm not sure anybody will tell you that if you have a pension contribution, it is not good. But the modality will be done together with what?
The farmer.
The farmer.
Okay.
All right. And that will be captured in the regulation. So we know how the contribution will be like.
Our time is running down.
Yeah.
I want us to land on this note, because I'm sure the law will get to the table of the president soon. It seems you are putting in there an attempt to protect the cocoa tree. Yes. Yeah. So why have you done that? Has that never been in the law? That cocoa trees are not protected?
The only law that sought to protect the cocoa tree, that one was even what? Plant protection. Okay. That is the AFRCD 47.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
And in that, the punishment for it, the compensation you are going to pay is negligible. Something small.
Okay.
Ice and aluminum.
Okay.
So
if you cut down the trees, what you are giving
is something small. Okay. So it's emboldened people to go about cutting down cocoa trees and all that. But today, the compensation regime is different. So after valuation has been made, if you cut down cocoa, after valuation has been made, how much you are going to pay is huge, and which will serve as a deterrent factor to people who indiscriminately go about cutting down cocoa trees and thinking they can do whatever that. And it seeks to protect what? The cocoa farmer.
Okay.
It seeks to protect the cocoa farmer. But it is quite unfortunate how people are running in town, singing some chorus, which creates certain absurdity in all this, as though you are prohibiting people from. I've even heard people say that it is against the property right of people. How does Article 18 comes into all this?
But does it not apply? Because I decided to farm cocoa.
So what?
I tell you, if I change my mind, should I not be allowed to do that?
Why don't you own yourself? Don't you own yourself? But is it not a criminal offense if you try to take your own life? It's not a criminal offense. which you are subject to punishment by what? By law.
What is the law trying to
So what
remedy?
you see, every law, that is what the law fraternity says, that the spirit and the letter of it. The spirit obviously is talking about the intent,
Okay.
the intentionality of the provision.
Okay.
All right, beyond the ABCD letter that you see. So the intent behind that provision is to ensure the continuity and sustainability of the industry. Because this is an industry which has sustained the republic to today. And again, every farm in Ghana, Cocobod, government through Cocobod, makes investment in it. So apart from the acquisition of land, apart from payment of labor costs, almost everything in the value chain is done by what? Government.
Apart from the land.
Yes, apart from
Labor
the land
costs.
and the labor cost.
So
Seedlings, government provides it
Fertilizer.
through SPD, fertilizer through
Other inputs.
shared, in terms of quality assurance, through quality control, we do that. Warehousing of it, transportation of it. On top of it, we are giving scholarship to the cocoa farmer. Okay? We are making pension contribution and all these things. And if for one reason or the other, you are disinterested in your farm, it's not appropriate to notify Cocobod. It's not appropriate. What is wrong with that?
So under the law, are you saying that if I decide that I'm no longer doing farming cocoa,
Yes,
I should tell Cocobod
of
that?
course. Of course. What is wrong with that? Tell me what the wrong is in this. If you are to resign today, if you are no more interested in, let's even say that you are not leaving Radio Good, but you don't want to be the host of the morning show again. Is it not appropriate you tell management?
Yeah, you have to write a letter.
That, for one reason or the other, I'm not interested in being the morning show host. What? Again, why must it be the case that management is in anticipation that Senna will come and sit here in the morning, but Senna had decided that I will not come? Do you know the mess you cause?
Okay.
We have database of the cocoa farmers and the cocoa farms, and based on that, we make predictions. So, do you know what happens if maybe somebody says that I have discontinued, the person has cut down the cocoa tree, and you thinking that there's a cocoa, the next time you go, it's a real estate. They've developed.
Okay.
Has it not thrown you out of gear?
Okay. So your projections are also affected.
Of
Because
course.
you're not getting cocoa where you think you're
Yes.
getting. Okay. But there's also the issue of and this has been said over and over again. And I remember a famous story where one person said his cocoa farm was the only one.
Cut down.
Yes,
cocoa
yes.
and all that.
But the issue of those involve mining.
Yeah.
And there are cases where farmers say the people have destroyed their farms without them giving them tacit approval.
Yeah.
Because they said they've taken over the land that has been given by some chief somewhere for mining, among others.
Yeah.
Does that protection apply to them?
It does. It does. And that is where, so now, it is an illegal act to do that.
Okay.
So when you do that, you are to pay certain compensation, which isn't peanuts as you used to do what? Used to pay.
Okay.
Because those people were doing that because they knew that under the law, even if they are found guilty, what they will be made to pay, they can
Not
pay.
allowed. Okay.
They can pay. But today, if what you'll be made to pay will take over all your investments, you'll be cautious. You'll be very cautious.
I see. Well, thank you very much. But before we just to land, how are we doing in terms of production now? Because there were concerns about dwindling production levels under the former administration. Have there been any improvements?
So it is a two-way thing.
Okay.
When you are thinking of production, you're also thinking about the pricing.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the basic law of supply will tell you that if there is an excess supply, there is a tendency of price being reduced.
Okay.
All right. So you need to balance it. But one interesting thing that I'm happy about is the introduction of the value addition, whereby we can process some of the cocoa here.
Yeah, okay.
We can embark on massive production because we are assured of some value addition, whereby it will not adversely or negatively affect our revenues in terms of a reduction in the international prices. So all these have been taken cognizance of, and then we'll be balancing the two.
I see. Jerome, thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much for joining us. We're just discussing the new Cocobod bill. So it's been passed by Parliament.
Yes, we're waiting for that.
All that is required for the president to sign. Okay.
So an act of Parliament.
Okay, that is no problem because the president himself was the one who was preaching all this. Yeah. So I'm sure he'll sign into law very soon, and it will regulate the cocoa sector, which is a very important sector to this economy. He has the Public Affairs Department of Cocobod. Well, I'm Sana Nombo. Of course, ongoing is that memorial service, interfaith memorial service at UPSA. But in the meantime, you can stay tuned to Radio Gold 90.5 FM for some good music from DJ Abega on the Mid Morning Show. That's so